equals the story unfolds in a dimly lit cafe where Ava, a woman navigating her late 30s, finds herself entranced by the glow of her phone screen. Steam dances above a lukewarm coffee cup, curling upwards like swift and fleeting memories that unexpectedly surface. The cafe holds an air of isolation, nearly empty except for a couple engaged in intimate whispers and an elderly gentleman absorbed in the pages of a wrinkled newspaper, his expression clearly troubled. An invisible weight presses down heavily on Ava, who has draped her guilt around her shoulders like a shroud, carrying it with her since that fateful day, even during the most mundane and ordinary moments. Fragments of her past flash by in her mind's eye, rain-soaked city streets glistening with vibrant neon lights, an urgent drive fueled by the pounding rhythm of the radio blaring, culminating in a terrible decision made in a split second, fueled by a rush of adrenaline. Ava was there, an innocent bystander, tragically transforming into the subject of her own unfolding tragedy. Doubts creep into her consciousness. Did she truly have a choice that day? Deep down within her being, she knows she crossed boundaries and plunged headfirst into a dark abyss from which remorse spirals endlessly like smoke from a fire. Years blend together into an unrelenting cycle, as Ava now finds herself working as a caregiver in an elderly facility, actively seeking solace through small acts of kindness. She devotes her time and heart to Mr. Miles, a former war photographer softened by time and marked by profound sorrow, who peers through her carefully constructed facade with his knowing gaze. His rich, haunting stories resonate deeply within her, often serving as mirrors that reflect her own life's ongoing struggles with sacrifice, loss, and the elusive nature of acceptance. Each encounter with Mr. Miles tugs relentlessly at her heartstrings, forcing her to confront the fragility of life. One afternoon, he recounts the poignant fate of a young soldier, a fate sealed by a reckless choice that haunted him and those surrounding him in a suffocating embrace. Instinctively, Ava's defensiveness surges forward, resisting the painful reminder of her own culpability. Yet the haunting tales seem to seep deep into her very being, prompting her to acknowledge the uncomfortable truth that even seemingly small actions can irrevocably alter lives. As time continues its relentless march, Ava encounters another profound life through her work, Lily, a vibrant young woman overflowing with dreams that remain untouched by darkness. Ava finds herself inexplicably drawn to Lily's innocence, a glaring contrast to the shadows that persistently stalk her every move. Observing Lily as she plans and laughs freely in life's moments awakens a painful reflection on Ava's own past, the life choices that have manifested into a tapestry of regret, and who she was before she was irrevocably altered by her fateful decision. However, the past looms closely, ever present. One rainy evening, she has an unexpected collision with a figure emerging from the shadows, Tina, the mother of the boy from that fateful day, radiating profound loss and raw pain. With haunting eyes that betray her anguish, Tina does not need to utter a single word for Ava to feel the weight of her grief bearing down upon her. This encounter strips Ava bare of her defenses, unveiling her raw and unyielding guilt, as the very fabric of time appears to still, binding them together by an unbreakable thread of shared tragedy. Ava's psychological descent deepens as days stretch forward into burdensome realizations. She seeks out conversations with Mr. Miles, who imparts wisdom onto her like gentle rain, offering nourishment to parched earth. We each tread our own paths, dear Ava. Some lead us into the light, while others plunge us into shadow. Every single step, every breath we take is a choice we make. Do not let fear bind you. Embrace the darkness within you to rediscover your own light. His words rattle her convictions, stirring an emotional chaos within her wherein guilt clashes with flickers of hope. With the arrival of spring, vitality spills into the air, yet for Ava, it transforms into a season steeped in bittersweet remembrance. Back at the cafe, she lightly traces the rim of her cup with her fingers, the familiar place now serving as a refuge enriched with memories of loss and longing. A scheduled meeting with Lily thrusts her once more back into the world of choices. Both women bond over their heretofore concealed dark secrets. Lily, too, carries her burdens, the heavy results of reckless youth calamity weighing heavily upon her tender heart. Their mutual understanding ignites an unexpected connection amid the ruins left behind by their choices. As Ava grapples with the tightening threads of overwhelming guilt, she mentally prepares for the confrontation with her own past failures, the specters that haunt her dreams. Nightmares invade her sleep uninvited, warped faces, and the echo of metal colliding loop endlessly like a warped record. Alone once more in the cafe, she reflects on the lives altered forever by fate's cruel hand, her heart racing as if it were a captured bird yearning for its long-lost freedom. The climax of her tumultuous internal struggle surfaces one somber afternoon in a sparsely populated chapel. the air thick with the mingled scents of burning candles. She kneels, surrendering her burdens in wordless whispers of confession to a God she fervently questions. Cloaked in vulnerability, she wrestles with the undeniable weighty nature of her past choices, praying fervently that her whispered prayers might somehow alter fate, but deep inside, she knows that some paths remain irrevocably set in stone. As she rises, an unsettling foreboding clings closely to her, yet a faint resolve flickers softly inside her soul. She recalls Mr. Miles' tranquil acceptance of life. It's not about securing absolution, but instead about living with haunting memories without letting them dictate her future. Stepping outside into a swirling storm, clouds ominously gather, threatening rain, mirroring the turmoil within her as she grapples with the lingering hope of a new beginning. Yet the real battles remain entangled within, caught between chains of guilt and whispers of elusive redemption. Weeks unfold in steady progression toward the embrace of summer, revealing the complex nature of healing. Ava persists with her regular visits to Mr. Miles and Lily, her spirit bearing scars that weigh heavy with the burdens of her past, while unanswered questions loom over her like dark clouds. Their lives become inextricably linked by shared pain, revealing glimpses of beauty amid haunting shadows that threaten to overwhelm. Just as she begins to regain her footing, an unexpected call disrupts her fragile sense of peace. The woman from her troubled past wishes to meet. Dread washes over Ava like a rising tide, but escaping the gripping pull of gravity feels futile. She reluctantly agrees to a meeting. The cafe serves as the backdrop once more, now grim and unsettling, its corners twisting into discomforting memories. As she faces Tina, the room feels as if it has shrunk with unsaid words hovering in the charged air. Tina unveils her longing for understanding, straining for closure, yet both women spiral into an emotional realm where forgiveness seems forever beyond reach. Their encounter unfolds like a heartbreaking and sorrowful dance of anguish, both performing roles defined by pain. With every exchanged word, Ava feels herself unraveling further. Unresolved guilt suffocates any flicker of tranquility within, her heart breaking for the woman standing before her who has suffered so immensely. Their narratives intertwine, birthing a grim bond amid their shared anguish, the recognition that they are slaves to their past choices, reflections of moral decay wrestling with the harsh reality of passing time. Within the depths of their shared suffering, flickers of humanity emerge, signifying resilience in the face of despair. As their conversation dwindles, Tina transitions from a specter of regret into a figure embodying empathy and understanding. Ava instinctively extends her hand toward Tina, bridging their fractured souls, and together they sit in silence, each grappling with the unbearable weight of their burdens. Although they may never achieve complete peace, they can navigate their shared plight together in a fragile yet hopeful manner. This moment encapsulates their intertwined lives. A fleeting glimpse of potential forgiveness emerges from the dark night of sorrow. Parting ways with an unsettling yet vaguely hopeful resolution, Ava sinks into a well of quiet contemplation. Outside, the world pulses vibrantly as she walks away from the cafe, each of her steps resonating with echoes of their poignant conversation, rich in the complexities of human experience. Life blooms around her, yet each breath feels like a constriction within her chest, a reminder of the emotional turmoil that simmers beneath the surface. Clinging to a thin thread of hope, she acknowledges a profound truth. The scars of life never truly fade away, but can morph into pathways for growth or cast long shadows over her being. In this pivotal moment of self-discovery, Ava confronts the inevitable fragility of her journey, intricately interwoven with the subtle nuances of right and wrong, justice versus punishment. Mr. Miles' sage words echo in her mind as she steps toward the approaching dusk. In the end, we must bear our choices. That is both the beauty and horror of the human experience. Each tentative step forward embodies the inescapable truth of her fate, eternally entwined with those affected by her past actions, reverberating through the corridors of her conscience as she seeks the light while standing amidst the shadows, illuminated by the echoes of her past.